Amen. Dwight, why don't you come up here as well? Did y'all have any prayers? Sure. Well, good morning, everyone. It's indeed an honor to kick off the week to make this very pertinent announcement as it relates to workforce development. Before I share the very good news, when you think about workforce development, sometimes it doesn't get enough news as economic development. Last week, the City of Little Rock announced that for another year, we are leading the entire state in jobs growth. We are number 2 in the top 10 in GDP growth, with peer cities our size and larger, as well as state capital cities. Number 1 being Nashville and number 2 being Little Rock. And people know the great experience and growth that Nashville has had over the past couple of years. And then also, the Little Rock Port Authority has been a jewel to our economic growth and now has about 13,000 employees that are coming across 40 different counties to Little Rock Port Authority. And if anyone knows about 13,000, the Little Rock Port Authority could also be the 37th largest city in the state of Arkansas. And so when we're thinking about economic growth, you have to have qualified team members to truly be a part of the workforce. And this workforce comes with an array of individuals and skills, and to have a skilled workforce. And so the City of Little Rock Economic Developers and myself are proud to partner with W.J. Monagle, as well as the Little Rock Workforce Investment Board, led by the chairman, Eddie Davis, who's here with us today. And the reason why we're here today is because one of the great things about workforce development is understanding that we have to ensure that every resident, no matter their background, has an opportunity. And we know that in times we have trials and tribulations, we all make mistakes, and quite frankly, some of us just didn't get caught. And we want to make certain that we provide opportunities to our residents, particularly those that are coming out of the prison system. And so the Little Rock Workforce Investment Development Board has a pre-release program called Rock City. And so this Rock City pre-release program for reentry really helps provide job training and education and workforce development for our residents who are preparing to exit the prison system. And so we're excited about that great work. It's been going on for several years, led by WJ and his entire team. And so in collaboration with the city, not only do we have, Little Rock Workforce Investment Board has the pre-release program, the City of Little Rock has a post-release program. And that's led by Dwight Pridgeon, who's here with us today, who's part of our community programs division, where he and alongside Ms. Shanika and others work to ensure that any resident who's looking for a job, not only can we help them find a job here at the City of Little Rock Workforce, but also around this entire city. So he and Shanika and others are working not only with the City of Little Rock government opportunities, but also external opportunities within the business and industry. And so we have led the way in banning the box. We've led the way in making certain that we have this pre-release and post-release relationship with Little Rock Workforce Investment Board. But we want to continue to do more work to ensure that every resident has an opportunity, irrespective of their background. And so I'm happy to announce today, under the auspices of both the Little Rock Workforce Investment Board, also a lot of great work from Amanda Jones, who's with us today and leads our grants management program, as well as Office of Congressman French Hill, and Hunter Saller's here today to represent Congressman French Hill, that we have now received a $4 million grant for our Rock City reentry program to service another 400 individuals. That's a round of applause. We have this opportunity to service our residents to ensure that they have an opportunity to participate in the economic progress that we've been talking about. And so we're so excited. WJ.
Thank you, Mayor Scott. The first person actually that I want to thank is our host, Mayor Scott, who is not only our mayor, but also our chief elected official of the Little Rock Workforce Development Board, and so a key individual on our board as well. Thank you for hosting us to this. I also want to thank members of my board that are here, Sharon Cantrell, who represents our partnership with UA, Pulaski Tech College, and of course my board chair and president, who will speak in a few moments. As the mayor indicated, we are here to announce this happens to be Spirit Week over at the Workforce Center too, and I do not want to be remiss in acknowledging my crew and leadership of the Rock City Reentry Program and all the good things we've been doing in terms of reentry for the last 9 years. So thank you guys for being here as well. So we have a lot of good things to be in high spirits about this week at the Workforce Center. Not the least of which is the announcement that we are making this morning. And that is that we are, the Little Rock Workforce Development Board is the recipient of a $4 million federal grant to serve 400 persons that are exiting correctional facilities. And we are to serve them in ways that will provide them with the skills and the experience that they need to reenter society for certain, but almost more importantly, and almost a safeguard to reentering society, is reentering the workforce. And so that is our aim, to work with these 400 individuals over the next 3.5 years. To provide them with those skills and those experiences. And we can do that. The funds that are going to be provided by the resources in this grant will allow us to employ 7 full-time employees that will work directly on the outcomes of this grant. We're also able to provide 7 employees with additional support. So those people who are in support of this grant, either in an administrative or supervisory capacity, their salaries will also be supported with this grant. We are going to be able to, of those 400 individuals, we're going to be able to put 200 of them into what we call work experience. That's where we pay, subsidize their salaries, their wages, their taxes, and insurance. So for 200 200 persons, we're going to be able to pay that. That's going to be about $600,000 of the grant. We're also going to be able to support 260 of those 400 in occupational training services. That'll be about $700,000 of the grant. And then we're also working with our partnerships at UAPTC, at Our House, and other agencies and partners that we have in the community. We couldn't do it without our community partners. They're going to provide the array of wraparound services that are needed for these folks to be able to be successful. And that's approaching $500,000 in this grant. So my point in saying all that is that not only are we addressing the needs of the citizens in our community that are reentering, but we're also adding quite a significant economic impact to our community. And I'm very proud and very glad that we're able to do that. We have a history that our board chair, Eddie Davis, is going to speak a little bit more about now at this time. Thank you.
Thank you all, and good morning. My name is Eddie Davis, and I currently serve as the chair for the Little Rock Workforce Development Board. When the late Ron Barra asked me with WJ at lunch one day to join this board, I was very excited. And one of the things that excited me about this opportunity was the ability to work on these reentry programs. So I'm particularly drawn to these because there are a number of challenges that many people in the general population don't have an understanding of. And, you know, I must admit, before I stepped into this role, I did not have an adequate understanding of either. But through the work of the Workforce Development Board over the years, we've been able to impact the lives of over 600 individuals who are looking to reenter society. And when looking at these individuals, it's important to note that there's a propensity for technical parole violations, and this is closely correlated with the lack of available resources for these individuals. So this $4 million grant will make a difference in the lives of those individuals. It will allow us to go out and impact the lives of those individuals who are impacted. It will allow us to go out and provide the necessary education and training. It will allow us to go out and ensure that people are able to secure housing, right, and other resources that are very important for them to be successful in society. So very thankful for this opportunity, and with this grant, we will target 4 sectors. We will target they can be seen in the PowerPoint, which are construction, transportation, hospitality, and advanced manufacturing. Through this, we will partner with over 50 Central Arkansas organizations to help enhance the services that we're providing. We'll help with correctional services, we'll help with employment and training, we'll help with medical and physical health services, legal services, and financial literacy. I'm thankful for the work of WJ and the team in doing the work necessary to secure this grant. I'm very thankful for the work of my fellow board members, which we have Sharon here representing the board today, and in supporting the mission of the Little Rock Workforce Development Board. I'm thankful for having a leader in Mayor Scott who is supportive of the work, and the city board who is supportive of the work. It makes our work so much easier when, we have a mayor and CEO of the organization who not only understands it, but it actively pushes for the organization to accomplish the goals that we've set in advance. And I'm also thankful for, those in the community, those partners who have agreed to partner with us in the administration of this grant, because with them, we'll be able to make a huge impact on the community. Thank you.
We'll now have Denaro Cook, who has been a part of both the pre-release program and the post-release program. And he's a true testimony of what an individual can do once they receive an opportunity. I'm proud that he's a member of the City of Little Rock Public Works team, even more proud that he's a part of this program, but he's a true example of a true servant leader. And he is this current year's 2025 Malin Martin Employee of the Year Award here at the City of Little Rock. Denaro Cook.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As the mayor said, my name is Denaro Cook, and I'm an employee of the City of Little Rock. I'm a CDL holder and driver for Public Works Solid Waste Division, and I'm here as a living testimony, and to let you know there is no change without a chance. And, the city is what gave me the chance and opportunity. And the workforce, coming home from prison, after doing 18 years in prison, I realized that coming home from prison, there's not many opportunities and goals and things for a person that's a felon. But right here, what's going on here, it's the real deal. Like, I made myself an honorary recruiter for anybody that come home from prison. I point them to the right directions. The workforce is what enabled me to get to CDL and things like that, because, I didn't want to come home and work, certain jobs that you probably would get when you're in junior high and high school and things like that. But I thank God that, the City of Little Rock, they're with not only talking about a second chance, but actually giving it to you and putting you in a position where you can actually have a career. So, if anybody that know anybody coming from the penal system or anybody that been in trouble, the city, they're not just with locking you up and things like that, but it's the reform and is real. And so, I thank Mayor Scott and everybody here that's part of this whole entity. And so, you're actually making a change. And so, I say the city is the true blessing and the true testament. And I'm grateful to be here.
With that being said, we're so grateful to make this announcement. Any questions before we conclude? Any questions? Any questions? Thank you. Have a blessed day.